I decided to take another shot at YouTube, see if it works out, and if this video starts glitching, I'm not gonna redo this. Not anytime soon, anyway, but after playing through Skyward Sword and doing the hard mode on it, hero mode, I say I'm pretty well endowed in it. Like, I know the ins and outs, including the dungeons, and so I decided to do a ranking on it. You know? All of these dungeons, honestly, I don't say there's any bad dungeons in Skyward Sword. They're all good. So this is going to be difficult for me. But starting in order, Skyview Temple. I'm going to put that in B tier. It's not that interesting when it comes to it. It's the least interesting of the dungeons. It does have water mechanics where you can rise the water level. Not really lowering it. There's no way to lower it. So there's none of that water temple shenanigans from Ocarina of Time. But I say B tier is solid. It has a rather okay fight against Gerhim in the end. The motion controls do not help a little bit. And honestly, they seem a little worse than they were on the Wii. But that's probably because of the new motion mechanics on the Switch. The controllers are different. The Wii controllers used infrared, while this one used... what is it? It's not rumble. Gyro. It uses gyro controls on the Switch. So it's a little more precise and honestly just makes it worse in a way, but not that noticeable. Now the Earth Temple. I love the Earth Temple. I'm going to put it in A tier. The rolling on the ball and the lava and everything, oh, just perfect. That end of the scene, or end of the temple, when you get the dragon sculpture, really got me some Indiana Jones vibes. So yeah, A tier. Boss though, the boss is bad. The Anairu mining facility. I love desert dungeons. I'm just gonna say that right now. It makes it feel ancient and mysterious, which fits the Anairu mining facility. Now the gimmick here is basically going from past to present. Or, no, fucking hell. Present to past. That always confuses me. Like, the bright, futuristic stuff is in the past, while the dust-covered sand areas are the present. Which makes sense because, well, I guess that areas just get completely run down, unable to work and all that. Fun boss fight at the end. Not that difficult. Of course, none of the bosses really are. Except for Demise, but, you know. Demise is the one that truly kicked my ass, but... Alrighty. Next up. The Ancient Cistern. Not a big fan of water dungeons. Just gonna say that now. However, I like this one, which is why I'm putting it in S tier. It has an ancient Indonesian, ancient India vibe to it. There's that gigantic Buddha statue in the middle of the dungeon, and all that gold plating, the gold walls, all of that. The lotuses, especially the lotus motif on the boss door. I like all that. And I especially like how it's based off a Indian myth. I think it's ancient Indian myth. I don't know. Where this guy basically gets sent down to hell. His family member puts down a spider thread, a thread of spider web. Blech, cannot speak today. into a pit of hell for him to climb out of. And that's basically what you do in this dungeon once you get the boss key. It's those neat little touches that really bump up the thing. Alright, Sand Ship. Not as interesting as the Lanaru mining facility, in my opinion. I don't know, the boss just drags it down. Really wish it was a new mechanic instead of reusing the Lanaru mining facility. I know this is people's favorites, but I don't know. I just like seeing new ideas with new temples or new dungeons. You know what, this is going to piss some people off, but I'm going to put it in B tier. The Fire Sanctuary. I love the outside regions of it. It's basically the Earth Temple with the outside. I like the Eastern Asian style of it, the buildings. I really like that. Do not like the fact that it's a rematch against Girahim, but the Dark Lizalfos are interesting, as all the other dark enemies that really curse you and stop you from using your items. I like that little touch. It makes it more difficult. I do not like the item, though. I do not like enhancements. When I'm playing through Zelda, and this is why I'm not really a big fan of Breath of the Wild, because lack of items. Like, it kind of takes away that whole feeling of wonderment and mysteriousness of what items you're going to get. And I was really hoping for something cooler, other than just the enhancements to the magma mix. Skyview Temple, or Skykeep. Skykeep, that's the name of it. Skykeep. Really confusing. There's no boss, there's no items. None of that. Like, you don't get any new items, you don't get a boss at the end. You do get a mini-boss, Dreadfuse, even though he's just basically Skirvo again. But using a different hand. But the whole moving the rooms around mechanic, that was brilliantly done. Some rooms you can't access without moving them around. All of that. But when you get all three Triforce pieces, it does feel kind of underwhelming. But yeah, there it is. That is my tier list for the Skyward Sword dungeons. As you can see, no really bad dungeons. 2 mediocre dungeons, in my opinion. A lot of people love Sandship. I just don't. But, yeah. Some of my favorites: Lanaru Mining Facility, Ancient Cistern, and Skykeep.